morning.
We're going to start seated today. I am going to use some hand weights to start, but you do not need to. If you don't have hand weights, I really want you to practice extending your fingers instead of holding the weights while we do our exercises, okay? So maybe adding a finger flick when we do our exercises to help get those hands moving. If not, you can grab your hand weights. We're gonna start with 10 seated power ups. So really focusing on our posture during this one, okay? So scoot towards the front of your chair. Nice wide feet here. We're gonna put our hands on our knees. We're gonna arch down, and then I want you to come up nice and tall, stretching back, and then relax. Okay, so that's our first one. I want to do 10 of those in a row. I would like for everyone to count out loud at home. Ready? Let's go. Down, up. 1, good. Down, 2, down, up. 3, again. 4, really stretching. 5, down. 6, down. 7, down. 8, 2 more. 9, last one. 10. Very good. Okay. Next, we're going to do our seated power rock. So just as a reminder, we are also moving our legs on this one. So we're going to be creating a diagonal line with our body. So you're going to take one hand, reaching across, but then extending that same leg in the opposite direction. And then we come back, and then we switch. So see that nice long line my body's making? That's the goal. I just don't want anyone to forget their legs in this one, okay? We're going to do 10 total alternating sides, okay? Making sure we're sitting up nice and tall. Ready, and go. 1, back to center, switch. 2, good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Okay, next one is our twist. So with or without weights, you're coming out to the side, you're turning your body and your hip, kind of imagine you're clapping your hands, coming chest wide open to the center, and then switching sides, coming back to center. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 total alternating sides. If this hurts the shoulders, you can always let go of those weights and focus on nice wide fingers for this one. Are we ready? Let's go. 1, switch. 2, switch. 3, good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good, and rest. Okay, for our step, we are going to do a step. I'm going to change it just a little bit. Out, out, in, okay? So doing one side out, the other side out, in, and then in, okay? I am going to try to get my arms to move with me. Okay, we'll see how that goes, just to work on posture a little bit more. We're going to try 10 of those in a row. Ready, and begin. Out, out, in. Good. Out, out, in. 2, out, out, in. 3, Good. 4, out, out, in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. 10. Very good. Okay. I would like to do 5 of those with combining them all in a row. So for the ones where we have to do each side, like our rock and our twist, just pick one side, but don't forget the other side. I will try to be consistent in which side I start with, but no promises. Okay, so we're going to try putting that all together 5 times in a row without stopping, okay? So let's start with our power up. We ready for round 1? Let's go. Down, up, reach, reach. Good, now we're twisting. Switch. Good, now we're stepping out, out, in. Good, that was 1. Down, up, rock, switch, rock. Good, open up, twist. Good, switch. Good, now we're going stepping out, out, in. That's 2. Again, down, up, reach. Good, reach. Good. Now we're twisting. Twisting. Now we're stepping. Good, that's 3. 2 more. Down, up, stretch, stretch. Good. Open up and twist. Good, switching sides. Good, now we're stepping. Out. Good, that's 4. 1 more. Down, up, reach, reach, really stretch. Nice big moment. Switch, twist. Good, now we're stepping. Out, out, in. 5. Very good. Hopefully we got those heart rates up a little bit with that one. Okay, I'm going to put my weights down just because my wrists, I think, need a few stretches after holding those. So if you want to join me in some wrist stretches real quick, and then we will go on to our circuit, okay? So hands out in front. Let's try 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Start with prayer hands towards our foreheads, trying to keep those palms together. Bring it down. Good, and then up. Let's try 5 of these. Down, pushing down, stretching. Palms of those hands up. Good. Down. Up. Good. 2 more. Good. Hopefully you're feeling a stretch on those palms or the underside of that forearm. Good. So now I'm going to switch. Back of the hands together, but down more towards the belly button. And then keeping the back of those hands together as we come up and then down. Let's try 5 of those. Good. Up. 2. Good again. 3. Hopefully we're feeling a stretch on the opposite side of that forearm. 4. Last one. 5. Good. Okay. So if you guys need some water, grab some. For our circuit this morning, our first one is going to be incorporating a sit to stand. So if you do need another chair or to move your chair so that something else is in front of you, please do, because our first one will require you to get into a standing position. If you are staying seated the whole time, you can just do a lean forward and back, okay, instead of a full stand, okay? So our first exercise for the circuit, I'm gonna grab my weights. We are going to do a sit to stand with a punch, and then back down, okay? So a reminder, if standing is not happening, you can just do a lean forward, come back, punch. But if not, I wanna see you guys standing, punching, okay? Then next one, I'm going to take one weight. I'm gonna sit on the forward edge of my chair, but I'm gonna lean my trunk back a little bit so I'm getting some core. And then I'm going to be turning and twisting that weight towards my pocket. So sometimes people call these Russian twists. The lean back is the hard part because then it puts more, you need more control from your core, okay? So the further you lean back without touching the chair, the harder, okay? Just so you guys know. Okay, our third one, I'm gonna have you guys from your hips here, tilt forward your whole back, and then rowing up towards the ceiling, squeezing those shoulder blades together, okay? So from the side, I'm not bending my back, I'm leaning my back forward, okay? And then pulling back and squeezing my shoulder blades together, okay? That's our third one. Our last one is going to be kind of like our step we did this morning for our warm-up. It's going to be a lateral step out, but then I want your opposite arm to punch the ceiling. So one's stepping out, opposite arm is going towards the ceiling. So a nice big step out to the side, coordinating the opposite arm punching towards the ceiling. Okay, so that one will get a little bit of coordination in there. And hopefully the legs are warmed up from that warm up because that is the same type of step that we did this morning. So we have 4 exercises. We are gonna try to do it for 55 seconds today, which is harder than most other increments I've given you guys in the past, with a 20-second rest in between, okay? So let's start. Let me put my volume up. All right, let's get ready. First one, stand, punch. If we're not standing, we're doing that lean forward still. You need something in front of you. Good if you want to add a stretch and then a punch to make it like a power stand. Feel free. You can go at your own rate. You do not have to keep up with me. If you need to go faster than I'm going, please do. Up, punch. Very good. Good, keep it up. Good, and down. We're standing up. We're punching. Good, back down. Standing up, punching, and rest, okay? Good job with that first one, everyone. Next, we have that lean back with the twist. So I'm gonna sit on the front end of the chair. Okay, I'm leaning back a little bit, and then I'm trying to turn and put that weight in each pocket, or pretending I am. So hopefully with that lean back, you'll feel that core working. Trying to keep your back straight, not bent in any way, but just tilted back. Remember, the further back you go without resting on that backrest, the harder it will be. Making sure we're breathing throughout. Sometimes we forget to breathe, especially if we're working our core. Good. About 5 more seconds. Very good, and rest. Okay. Our next one is our bent over row. So I'm going to grab my other hand weight. That is the one way where we lean forward and then we pull up, okay? So very important to try to get those shoulder blades squeezed. All right, so let's lean forward, pull up, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then down. I know you guys are probably watching your computer screens, but I'm going to try to watch at least the floor so I'm not straining my neck by looking up. I'm going to try to keep my whole back as straight as I can. So once you got a good feel for the exercise, try to pick a spot, maybe a foot or two in front of you on the floor, just so I know you're not straining your neck at all. Good. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Good. Keep it up. We're almost there. 10 more seconds. And rest. All right, last one. We have that lateral step with the opposite punch, okay? But you still have 10 seconds of rest. So take some nice deep breaths. All right, pick a leg and pick an opposite arm. Ready? Step and punch, and then come back, and then switch. Step, punch. Good. Trying to get opposite sides moving. Nice, big, exaggerated step. Try not to lean on the back of the chair, so you have to hold yourself up. Good. Trying to alternate every time. Good. The last 10 seconds, I'm going to speed up my speed. All right, I'm going to go a little faster. Step, step, step. Good. Step. Very good. You may rest. All right. Good job, everyone. We have a rest here for about a minute, and then we are going to do that series again. So I'm going to grab some water real quick. So we're going to do the same exercises. If you need to make modifications by not using weight or finding something to hold to use for resistance, you can do that. Probably not many other changes since we are staying seated. If you need to move your chair so that you're in front of a counter or another chair when we do our sit to stands to help stabilize, feel free to do that. Okay. We are going to restart in 10 seconds. Just going to get my timer going. All right, we're going to do that sit to stand with the punch. Ready? 3, 2, 1, good. Stand, punch, punch, and then have a seat. Good, nice big stand, punch, punch. Good, remember if we're not standing, you can still do that lean forward as if you are going to be standing. Stand. Good. If you really want, you can reach forward with those arms. Seat. Good. Good. Keep it up. This is getting all body, getting those legs, those arms, back and posture muscles. Good. One more. And once you're done with that one, you can rest. Very good, everyone. I saw a lot of bodies moving. That's awesome. Next, we have our Russian twist. So I'm going to put one of my weights down. I'm scooting towards the edge of my chair. I'm going to lean back a little bit and start turning that weight towards the side of my hips. Good. So this one, the speed doesn't matter as much to me as long as you're controlling that movement. With an exercise like this, kind of the slower, more controlled you go, the harder it is for that core. If it's not challenging, try leaning back just a little bit more, but still keeping your chest up towards the ceiling, which is that hard part. Good, 10 more seconds. Very good, and rest. Okay, I'm going to be grabbing my other weight to do my bent over rows next, okay? Remember, we're still trying to keep even our head and our back straight when we're doing this, okay? So I'm leaning forward, keeping my back straight, pulling my arms back, squeezing my shoulder blades together, okay? Once you got that movement down, again, try not to keep your head all the way up. Keep it tucked just a little bit so we're not straining the neck at all. Good. Keep it up. Yep, squeeze and then slowly lower. Don't let gravity just take those arms back down. I want you to try to lower that weight yourself. Good. Almost there. About 10 more seconds. Hopefully we're feeling the burn in the back of the shoulder or between those shoulder blades. Good, and rest. Okay, last one we have is that step out to the side, opposite arm punch towards the ceiling, okay? So for this time, I will go fast the last 20 seconds, but I will keep this pace until then. Good, so step and punch, switching, still trying to sit up nice and tall. Good, nice big step. Good. All right, in 5 seconds, I'm going to speed up, okay? And step, 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 step. Keep it up. Step, 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 step. Very good, and done. Awesome. So that was round 2. We are going to do another circuit next with new exercises. So for this one, it will mostly be some form of standing, but I will show seated alternate exercises. Okay, so this is going to be heavier on the legs. Okay, so for our first one, this one I would do, if you can, let's see. If you're seated, I want you to kick both legs out in front of you, and then I want you to lower one, lower one. So kicking both out, dropping one slowly, then the other, okay? So 2 legs out, lowering one, lowering one. If you are going to be standing, I want you to push up with both legs, put one out in front of you. So I'm going to show my feet a little bit better maybe. Oops, sorry. So we're up with 2 legs. You put one out in front of you. My heel is on the ground. And then have a seat. So the leg that's back is going to be the one that's working more. So you're going to push up with 2, stick 1 foot out, and then have a seat. And the leg that's not in front should be having to do more work. So we're going to come up, heel down, have a seat, 2 legs up, switching legs that are in front, have a seat. Remember, if you're staying seated, it's going to be 2 legs out, 1 leg down, other leg down. Okay? For our second exercise, if you are staying seated, you are going to have a weight between your legs. I want you to grab that weight and then bring it all the way up towards the ceiling and then put it back down. And then switch hands, grab that weight, stretch towards the ceiling, and then put it back down. If you want to try it standing, you can either put the weight on the floor, you can bend down, and then try to stretch up overhead. If that is too low to the ground, you can put it on your chair here. So still squatting, grabbing that weight, bringing it towards the ceiling, putting it back down, switching hands, raising it up towards the ceiling, okay? If you can squat down all the way to the floor safely, then I do want you to try it from the floor coming up, okay? All right, our third one, if we're staying seated, it's going to be opposite arm, opposite legs like we're running, okay? Let me switch that, there we go. So 1 leg forward, other leg back, like so. So hopefully your leg can get underneath you. So if my left leg's forward, my right arm's up, like we're doing nice long steps running, but we're sitting, okay? If we're standing, we're gonna do the same thing, a backward step with the opposite arm reach, okay? If you need a chair in front of you, you can do so. All right, so same movement, whichever leg's forward, opposite arm goes up, okay? And then our last one, if we're staying standing, you can use a chair. We are going to do lunging backwards, okay? So both knees bend. You can hold here for balance. That leg's gonna go behind you, bend towards the floor, okay? Alternating sides, okay? If we're staying seated for that one, I want to try to do, it's going to look like you're doing a lunge, but it's going to be more for hip mobility. You are just going to focus on getting into that lunge position, side to side, by twisting at those hips. Okay? So if we're sitting, this will be our lunge. If we're standing, we'll be doing a step back. Okay? I'm going to give a little bit more time between to show how these ones work. We're going to go for a minute on, okay? So to start, if you're sitting, it's 2 feet up, 1 foot down, 1 foot down. If not, we're standing 2 feet, putting 1 foot in front, having a seat. Good. Then up with 2, switch the leg out in front, have a seat. So 2 legs up, 1, and then down. Good. 2 legs up, switching what foot's in front, trying to sit down. Good. Up. Remember, if you're sitting, 2 legs up, then 1 foot down, 1 foot down, up, heel down, trying to sit. Good. 2 legs up, heel down, and sit. Up, heel down, sit. Good. Almost there. Up, heel down, sit. Up, heel, sit. Okay. Next is our snatch. So if you're sitting, you can grab a weight or something to hold, putting it on the floor, bringing it overhead and putting it back down, and then switching arms when it's on the floor. Okay, I'm going to be doing mine standing though. Okay, let's go. So down, pick it up, put it overhead, put it back down, and switch hands. If it's too far down, put it on the chair, because that is a big reach towards that ground. Switch hands, punch up, back down to the floor, switch hands, punch up. Good. Use those legs, bend those knees. Up. Good. Switching hands while it's on the floor. Good. Back down, switching, really stretching up. Good job, everyone. We're almost there. Switch, stretch up. Last one. Good. Okay, and rest. Next one. If you're standing, stay standing. We're going to do a step back with the opposite arm reach. If you need your chair next to you, please do. If you're seated, same thing. Ready? 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, opposite arms, switch. Good. Good. So whichever foot's forward, I want that opposite arm up. Good. I'm going to switch to standing. So if this leg goes back, that arm goes up. So whichever leg goes back, that arm's going up for standing. If you need a chair in front of you, please use one with your opposite hand that's not going up. If you have that free hand, try reaching back behind you. Nice wide open fingers. If you need more of a challenge, you can go faster. Good, almost there. Good, rest. Last one, if you're sitting, I want you to focus on bringing that knee down in front of you and turning side to side, getting that those hips moving. If we're standing, we're going to do a posterior lunge, okay? Ready? Step back, bend down, come back together. Switching legs, come together. If you're sitting, you're trying to get that hip down in front of you. Really working on getting into knees bent both sides. Making sure our spines stay upright, no leaning forward or leaning back too much. If you want, you can safely let go. Try to work on that balance. If it's too much, you can fingertip hold on the chair. If you need 2 hands to hold, that is okay as well. Good. Keep it up. We're almost there. 10 more seconds. Very good. That circuit first round is done. All right, I'm going to grab some water. Okay, we're going to do those same exercises again. So I will try to show both as I go. The first one is 2 feet at once, then one. So remember, kicking 2 feet out, dropping one down, then slowly dropping the other. People who are sitting will do that while other people are standing, putting their heel down in front of them and sitting, okay? We don't need weight for that one. I guess you can hold it if you want, okay? Let's start that again. Okay, ready? Up with 2. Putting 1 foot in forward. Good. Switch legs. Good. 2. 1 in forward. Down. If you're staying seated, you're doing 2 leg kickouts, lowering one leg, then the other. Don't always lower that same one leg first. Make sure you're switching it up, because the one that's lowered second will be working a little bit harder. Good. Heel forward. Sit down. Up. Other heel forward. Sit down. Good. Almost there. Good. Hopefully we're feeling it in the legs. We might be feeling it in the knees. It's kind of like doing a modified one-legged squat. And rest. Okay. Good. Our second one. Oh yeah, we're getting our weight and we're picking it up between our legs and then reaching it towards the ceiling, okay? So I'm going to do this standing. You can also do it seated. You can put it on something in front of you. Ready? Grab that weight, bring it all the way up, one nice fluid motion, back down, switching hands, up tall, back down, switch, trying to make it one big smooth motion as you go. Again, you can put it on your chair, or you can do this seated. Good. If you want, you can go faster. Good. Up, down, switch, up, down, switch again. Good. Keep using that momentum. Use those knees as you bend down. Try not to use the back too much. Almost there, 10 seconds. Good, reach in, and then reaching up. Good, rest. Okay. This one you can do with or without weight. It's the one where you're kind of doing long strides seated with the opposite arm forward. Okay. If we're standing, we're taking a step back with the opposite arm up. Let's begin. Good. So really focusing on whatever leg's in front of you, having opposite arm up. Good. If you need a chair next to you, please use one for safety. If balance, you're noticing your balance is off, when you take your step backwards, try to take it backwards and outward, okay? Instead of backwards and right behind you. So that might make it seem like you're walking on a tightrope. Good, keep it up. Doing opposites. Remember, if you're sitting, you can still do the same motion, bringing 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, trying to get those opposite arms up, and rest. Okay, last one, if you're staying standing, we're doing those lunges back, alternating sides. If you're sitting, I want you to try to work on getting in a seated lunge position, going side to side. Okay, so really driving that knee down. And begin whichever exercise you are doing. Good. You need a chair in front of you. Please use one. If you want to get your arms more involved, if you're able to let go, you can try to reach up as you lunge back with both hands. But if you do need the hands holding onto something, then please do. Good. Halfway there. Good. Making sure we're alternating sides. Nice big step back. Trying to get a little bit lower to the ground within reason. Good. 10 seconds. Very good. We're done with that circuit. Good job, guys. Okay. I have an activity for the next maybe 5 minutes. You can do it standing or sitting. If you can stand, even while you're holding on to something, I would encourage you to stand. I would like everyone at home to imagine you are the center part of a clock. Okay? So if you imagine that, you are facing forward, 12 o'clock should be right in front of you. Then to your right should be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock's a step to the right. Okay? Then if you keep going around, 6 o'clock would be behind you, correct? 9 o'clock would be to the left, making your way all the way back to 12 o'clock. So you can do this seated too. It might just be harder to do the step back underneath the chair. I'm going to call out a time, like let's say I said 3 o'clock. I want you guys all to step towards 3 o'clock and then step back, okay? So if I said 3 o'clock, I'm hoping people with their right leg step to the right and then back. Remember, you can have a chair there. It might just block one of your times, okay? So I'm going to count out times. Ready? Let's do 5 o'clock. Good. Let's do 8 o'clock. Good. 11. Good. I'm not there to check everyone's math, but if you can picture that clock, good. 2 o'clock. So depending on what side of the clock will depend on which leg you step with, okay? Let's do 4 o'clock. Good. Let's do, we're going to do 2 in a row. I want you to do 3 o'clock, then 10 o'clock. Ready? Go. Good. Okay. We're going to do 11 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Ready? Go. Good. Hopefully you did one side, other side, and then back to the other side. Good. Okay. 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Go. Very good. Okay, let's do 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And go. 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, then 11, and then 3. I got to remember them too. So that 4 was a little challenging there. Okay, let's do 12 o'clock with your left foot. Good. 6 o'clock left foot. Good. Let's do 1 o'clock, but with your left foot. So if you need to hold on, ooh, good. And then step back. Hopefully you guys caught on that I made you crisscross. Okay. Let's try 11 o'clock with our right leg. And try that. Good. Okay, let's try 7 o'clock with our right leg. Good, so a curtsy. Good. Let's do 5 o'clock with our left leg. Good. Awesome. All right. Good job, everyone. Hopefully that made sense. I know nowadays teaching people clocks, I don't know if that's outdated, but we know clocks, so thank you for doing that with me. All right, with the remaining 5 minutes or so, we might not have time for a cool down today. We are gonna go onto our tummies if you can. So I'm gonna put my mat out on the floor and we're gonna do some prone, meaning on our tummy power series there, okay? So just give me 1 second to set this up. Let's see if I can bring this down. If you need a chair to get down to the ground, please do so. All right, I'm gonna give everyone a minute just to get down onto the ground. We are gonna be doing power moves. So if you can remember the first thing we did today, which was that power up seated, if you're staying seated, that is what we're gonna be doing, okay? So if you're sitting, you go down and then you come up, okay? So if you're unable to get to the ground, that's what I want you to do sitting in your chair, please, okay? But if you are able to get to the ground, we're gonna go hands and knees. We're going to bring our foreheads as close as we can to the ground. And then I want you to come up onto your knees, up like so, okay? If you need a chair in front of you to help push up, you can use that. We're gonna do 10 in a row. Ready? And go. Down, up. 1, down, 2, down, up. 3, down, 4, down, 5, 6, good, keep it up. 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Okay, if you're sitting in your chair, you're going to be doing the reach overhead, okay, like we did this morning. If you're on your hands and knees, you're going to be driving those hips forward and front and arching the back up towards the ceiling and then coming back, okay? So we're going to do 10 of those, okay? Counting out loud at home. Ready? And go. Reach. 1. Good. Come back. Again. 2. Good. Come back. 3. Good. 4. Good. If you're sitting, you're reaching above head. 5. Across the body. You can alternate sides. 6. 7, good, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Very good. Okay. Crawl my legs up under me just a little bit. They got a little behind me. All right, if you're sitting, you're going to be doing the twisting, opening up, twisting, opening up, alternating sides. If you are on the ground with me, you're taking one hand, you're reaching it underneath your arm, and then you're bringing that same arm and you're twisting towards the ceiling. Okay, then we're gonna switch hands. So you'll take the other hand, reach underneath first, and then up towards the ceiling. We're gonna do 10 total, alternating sides. Remember, if you're sitting, you're opening up and twisting. Ready, and go. Twist, good. Switch towards the ceiling, switch arms, good. Underneath, up, 2, switch. Underneath, 3, good. 4, 5, switch. 6, switch sides. 7, good. 8, good, switch, underneath. 9, one more, underneath. 10. Very good. Okay, next we have our step. So if you're sitting, you're doing the step out to the side, in, in. If you're on the ground with me, I find it easier if you lean your hips back, get some momentum like a spring, and then try to drive that foot up towards your hand. Okay, if that's good, then we're gonna come up nice and tall. Okay, hands down, feet back down. Okay, if you need a chair to help give you some more space, you can go down, step up, back to the chair, put that leg back down. Okay, same movement if you're just on the ground though. Okay, so we're gonna alternate sides, doing 10 in a row. Are we ready? All right, lean back, step forward, come up if you can, put those hands back down, bring that foot back down. Good, switching sides, leaning back, driving that foot up, coming up, hands down, back down. Again, switch, step, power up, down, foot back, and switch, step, up, hands down, back down, switch, step, up, good, down, step back, and step, up. Good job, everyone, hands down and back. Switch, step, up, hands down, back. Good, switch, step, up. One more time each side. Good, switch, up, hands down, foot back, step, up, hands down, and back. Very good. Okay, that is all I have for the floor. So carefully come back up to a seated position. I will meet you there in about 1 minute, okay? So if you need your chair to get up, please do so. Okay, looks like we have a tiny bit of time to possibly do a cool down. We were just having too much fun doing everything else that I kind of got sidetracked on time. Plus, I made you guys work for longer periods of time with those circuits today. So good job for you guys. But let's start with hands out to the side. Nice wide fingers. I want you to take a nice deep breath in as you reach up. Breathe out as you go down. Good. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good. 2 more. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last one. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good. Want to try to get at those hamstrings. So you can put one leg straight out in front of you, keeping our back straight. I want you guys to lean forward till you feel a moderate, intense stretch on the back of that thigh, anywhere from your sit bone down to the back of the knee. We're going to hold this. Let's count to 20 out loud. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Bring that leg back. All right, switch legs. Get that knee straight. Lean forward till you feel a moderate to moderate intense pull. Same thing here. Let's try counting out loud to 20. If you can, try to amplify your voice at home. And let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Very good. Bring that leg back. Okay. Yep. All right. It is about that time.